what has made Next.js such a popular framework, and how does it compare to other frameworks like React or Angular?
So Next is a framework that is built on top of React,
Mhm.
and it actually provides things like server-side rendering and static site generation right out of the box, which is good for performance and search engine optimization. Um, and that's kind of that's a little bit of a sidetrack to talk about search engine optimization with React. So I want to simplify that for a second. So the way that React would work traditionally is that it would you basically have an HTML page, and then on that HTML page you have a script, and this script will generate content and insert it into what's called the DOM. But the weird thing is that your browser takes the HTML file, and that's basically where the DOM is created from. So when you're viewing a web page, you think, "Oh, this is HTML," and it's like, well, not quite. It's like the browser is creating what's called a DOM from an HTML page, when JavaScript is how we interact with the DOM. Now, in React, without Next, it's like this is just an empty web page for SEO, right? Because everything's being added to it when the browser loads your web page. So it's a challenge with SEO, because if there's no information on the web page, um, and it's not exactly this simple, but that's the way that I would explain it. So when we say server-side rendering, what this means is that the server builds the web page and then serves that entire complete web page. It doesn't dynamically load information as you're viewing the web page. It loads the information, creates the page, and then sends the entire fully loaded page back. So, because I know that's a confusing concept when you first hear about it. So it's just, those are a couple things that improve SEO. Also, it improves and simplifies tasks like routing and API handling. If these don't make sense, it will later. Um, Routing is, it's kind of like if you're at a website and you're at, like, Amazon.com/books, you're on the books route. You're looking at books. So it's going to load a component that would show you books, right? And that's the idea of routing. That would make sense a little more in the future. But compared to React, it just offers more flexibility when you're building complex applications versus Angular, which is it's more opinionated, which means you have to do things a very specific way. And it includes everything you need out of the box, but has Angular, I should say, but it has a steeper learning curve, and in my opinion, a much uglier syntax. It is not as intuitive at all. Also, Angular is, I want to say it's not even 20% as popular as React. So, or Next. So Next is the future, where it used to be that you could use just React by itself. Um, I want to say in the latest update for React, or maybe the update before the latest, they recommend officially for the first time, they have officially stated that you should use Next as a framework with React. So again, similar to TypeScript being the direction that we're going in the future, Next.js is also the direction that we're going to be going in the future.